Welcome back everyone to more of our gameplay series of X4 Foundations, and I am quite a happy man. After what we've been able to accomplish the last few videos with the Xenon and the Syndicate, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the state of things. So let's hop out to the menu here and let's look at the map, and you can see we now, by virtue of the green border, we now control Windfall number 1. There are a few Syndicate stations that keep popping up from time to time. They'll try to start one, but then I have a patrol out here that is pretty much taking care of those as quick as they pop up. But as of now, they have no stations that I'm aware of that are operating within the sector. We have completely wiped them out. Again, there might be a few rummaging around every now and then over here, but for the most part, they're gone. Now, Windfall 3. I had intended to leave Windfall 3 alone, but they started creeping through over here and then running back. So I decided to send my fleets through and stop that, because I lost several traders coming through this area right here. And so basically they were just sitting here right at the accelerator and just waiting for my ship. So I decided that's enough of that. I took care of that. Now we have a defense platform that is being built, but all of this is taking tons and tons of credits. We're down to 161 million credits. So essentially I've been trying to take it easy for the last, I don't know, couple of hours in game time. I did wipe out these 3 stations. It was really no big deal. They were fairly new anyway, so it didn't take a lot to wipe them out. But I was saving one in particular until we were back together again, and that's Keep Safe. That's the one that had the Earl King sitting out next to it, and that's the one that would make threats to you if you got anywhere close to them. Now, you guys didn't get to hear that in the boarding video we did for the Earl King, because I made sure not to get close enough to make them mad and start a global war. But today, we're going to take care of them. Unless they've got a huge, almost an armada back here somewhere, then this should be essentially the last resistance for the Syndicate. Now you can see they've got a few. In fact, they're trying to build a shipyard down here, but they're just getting started with that. The defense platform shouldn't be all that big a deal, because all of these are just now popping up for the most part. So this is the big one. This is their last area of resistance. So now, let's go ahead and queue up those orders. So let's make sure we get everything back in screen here. You can see we have our 3 fleets, which are back to pretty good strength here. I've added some more ships, to particularly fighters. You can see here, this was actually the fleet that didn't have any fighters at all. We lost some large ships out of this one, but we added a bunch of fighters. We lost some large ships because the AI just, well, they decided to attack one at a time. So that didn't go well. But now it's time to get down to business. So let's go ahead and, all right, let's go ahead and take care of that. Orders. Yeah, there we go. So now let's give, let's give the order here. You go ahead and start the attack. So then as quick as we can get these other guys up and running. Orders. There we go. Now we're going to ask you to attack as well. And then finally, Fleet 51. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. Take them off of repeat. Awaiting orders. And send them to attack. You can see we're already starting to see a little bit of action, but essentially what happened before, and I forget which one of these we were attacking, but they started sending in large ships one at a time, and that just never works. All right, we've got a fleet for a reason. All right, let's go ahead and hop aboard this one. This guy seems like he is on his way, so we're going to go ahead and hop aboard here. And I'm going to get out of the way just in case somebody needs to get over to that console. But you can see where we're headed, just ahead. Try not to look at the surroundings here. Some of the textures could use a little work. But as I mentioned previously, that could very well be... Oh yeah, let's see. Alright, I see no ships. That could be my graphics options is what I was going to say before I got so rudely interrupted by my lack of attention span. Alright, so we do have some laser towers. That I don't know that that's going to be a huge issue. But what I'm not seeing are any ships. So apparently they're done. Alright, so there you can see. I mean, we got ships coming from all angles. It's a beautiful thing. We're bringing everything at them. Not that we're necessarily going to need it. I have no idea what we're going to need because I don't know how much in defenses they've got as far as turrets. Alright, you can see they're already shooting at us. And of course the laser towers are also fighting back. But then as we get closer, well, we are fighting back. Alright, so it's going to take... Where are we? Yeah, these guys, the large ships, just for whatever reason, do not want anything to do with this. So let's find ourselves an Osaka and hop on board here. So we can get a closer look here. Maybe. Yeah, here we go. This is more likely. Alright, if I can get this thing to allow me downstairs. Come on, let me down the stairs.
Explosion imminent.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's your frames per second right there. It is a beautiful looking station, especially when it's on fire. It's a shame we've got so much fog around here. And by the way, I can tell you for sure that I have now seen the main weapon fire for the Earl Kings. It didn't seem to be particularly accurate when I saw it fire because it missed a station, if that gives you any idea of the accuracy of that weapon. But... Alright, so we're seeing some katanas go down, and of course when the explosions happen, I fully expect that there's going to be even more than that. Are we actually taking down these as well? I would imagine we are. I don't see all of them still around. But, oh yeah, there you go. Just don't give me what I'm asking for. There we go. Let's back out a little bit. Alright, let's attack all the enemies.
Explosion imminent.
Alright. There you go. There you can see some of the fighters are going down in the explosion. So we'll have to replace those. Lost a katana there.
Explosion imminent. Explosion imminent.
There you go. There's some more fighters right on cue. Every time there's an explosion, you would think the AI would learn at some point. But nope, they just jump right in there. Explosion or no explosion, they want to get right up close and personal. I guess they're nearsighted. I guess that's the only thing I can figure. But you notice, the large ships stay back. They fire weapons from a distance.
Explosion imminent.
Oh, this is so satisfying. Except for the losing all your fighters part. But this is so satisfying because they were such a pain in my side for so many hours of gameplay. Just constantly seeing...
Explosion imminent.
Constantly seeing those messages that they had destroyed one of my miners, another of my traders, and so forth. Such a huge pain.
Explosion imminent.
Yeah, this is so very satisfying. Now, at some point, yes, they're going to rebuild, so this is certainly not the end of them. Even if I got rid of literally every station they have right now, I still think they would come back. Boom, there we go. That was a big one. I don't know what module that was, but that was no small explosion.
Imminent.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then here before too long, we're going to start getting those messages that essentially say, where to next, boss? Alright, so as soon as this part is done, this ever so satisfying part, we'll take a look at sort of where we go from here.
Explosion imminent.
Look at that. Look at the fire that's coming through there. I mean, if that's not satisfying, I don't know what is, because that is just... Okay, what's happening?
Explosion imminent.
Are we just getting out of the way? It almost looks like that's what we were doing. We're just sort of like, okay, there's a lot of fire coming from behind us. Oh, look, an explosion that didn't take out some of our fighters. That's a good news.
Explosion imminent.
There we go. There we go. There's our blue bullets coming out of all those Osakas.
Explosion imminent.
Including the one we're on.
Explosion imminent.
Oh, look at that. Again, it's just a shame.
Explosion imminent.
Just a shame that there's so much fog in this area that we could not see. Oh, there's another one of those satisfying clouds.
Explosion imminent. Explosion imminent.
This is when you know you're getting down to business. There's not much left, because everything is on fire. And of course, by this point, they have no turrets left. There are no ships in the area. There's no defense for them at all. They're just done. And there's literally nothing they can do about it. So they just have to take that L at this point. Just take it. You earned it too. You absolutely earned it. They made their way to a -20 reputation with us through all of their nonsense, and now
Explosion imminent.
we are seeing them get exactly what they
Explosion
deserve.
imminent.
I'm surprised they just keep finding modules to blow up. I thought we should have been done by now. Don't get me wrong though, I'm not sad. I mean, these bullets are free. We don't have to replace these.
Explosion imminent.
Oh, look at that. Yes, please. Just more Osakas just coming in to enjoy the view. Let's just line them all up. Just enjoy it. Okay, it's getting a little bit too close there. Y'all please don't shoot each other. Okay, that's okay. Maybe a few too many in this spot, maybe? Possibly? Just, excuse me? Yeah, come right on through if you need to. Yeah, there you go. Just right on through there.
Explosion imminent.
Okay, so at this point, there can't be much of anything left. There can't be. Including our fighters, as we've now lost who knows how many. Oh, now we're inside you. Excuse me, pardon me. Somebody's moving. I don't know if it's... There we go. And that's what I'm talking about. Oh, we're still shooting at somebody. Who are we shooting at now? Are there... Okay, yeah, there's a few defense drones left, so we're taking care of those guys. But that is it. Wow.
Awaiting orders.
That is what I'm talking about. Okay. So that is done. Now we're sitting here, and we've got 3 fleets that, look at that, we took a huge loss in fighters. I mean, these guys just... We'll replace all those. I mean, it'll happen. It'll cost a lot, but we'll do it. But now... Alright, so let's go ahead and let us attack the defense platform. Not sure that there's much there, but we're going to go ahead and attack that. But while they're doing that, alright, so these guys are going to go ahead and we're going to bump into each other, we're going to run through each other, and eventually get turned around where we need to be. So what I'm going to do now is I am actually going to hop over. Let's actually hop over here, because we don't need to be there for this part. There we go.
Entering Windfall 1 Union Summit.
All right, let's see what it looks like over here. So this is our most recent station to start building. And again, there's our administrative center, which can give us control of the sector if we have enough of them versus the AI. Okay, so you can see a lot of mining opportunities here in this sector. So this is a very, very valuable sector to control. We don't control it right as of now because simply we don't have... Oh, I'm sorry. We do. We came back out to Windfall 1. I was still thinking Windfall 3 over here. I haven't built enough stations over here to take control of this one. But let's talk for a moment about where we go from here. So I've been trying to spend, again, the last couple of hours in game time, that is, since we've been together, trying to resupply some of the ships that we've lost recently. We lost a ton of traders in particular. Definitely some miners as well, but traders in particular. So let me show you what I did with that. So let's actually hop down. So we've got Random Trader 2, and Random Trader 3. Now most of these you will see have not been named anything. That's because I was doing so many at one time, I just got lost in it. So all of these are trading, and they're named after the mod that I use for all of my trading, and that is Random Trader. All right, so you can see I did a full 50 of these. So we have 50 new traders as of, again, an hour or so ago. And I'll make sure that those stay restocked just in case we lose any additional. And I'm going to continue adding more in there so that we can start making some money back again. We've been essentially bleeding money for the past several hours in game time as we spent all of our time and resources building up our army. And I think we could all agree that it was well worth it. We've essentially wiped out the threat from the Syndicate. They are essentially gone at this point. Now, we still have Windfall 3, and they do have a presence here. And you can see we're attacking them now in a few that are left. And then they've got Windfall 4 that I'm sure they'll retreat down here, and they've probably already started building some down here. But essentially, the main threat is gone. So what I'll plan to do is kind of what you see right over here. I'm going to leave at least one patrol unit in here. So of these 3 that we've been attacking with, at some point I will take one of those and it will start to patrol over here in Windfall 3. So at some point I will set that in motion. We will take care of Windfall 3 with a patrol to make sure things don't get out of hand. And then at some point we will move into Windfall 4 and do the same thing. So that's what I plan on doing as far as the Syndicate in the near future. But beyond that, I plan on making a lot more traders, really getting our economy back up and going once again. But other than that, things are looking very well. We're not done with the Xenon. We're just going to have to be a little bit more strategic about it. I'm going to build, let's see if we can get back over here to a Tikva's Choice 1. I'm going to build another fleet and set them right back over here the way we had before to join in a couple of defense stations in the area. So we're going to control this area back once again. And then I believe, as we've talked before, there's a few more areas. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We don't really need this. But there are a few other areas where our traders frequent. And I've noticed that from time to time, we do lose a few traders here. And that is Second Contact Flashpoint, right in this area. So I may put down, I don't know if I'll go a defense station as much as I might just put like a fleet in here somewhere and let them just patrol. Right now it looks like it's pretty calm in here, so I'm in no particular hurry to worry about that. It looks like, if anything, we're probably getting some HOP fighting in here with Argon. So that's really of no concern to us. Beyond that, I know that when we deal with the Talati, right over in here, then I know we've got some presence here from the Xenon as well. But at this point, folks, it's almost as smooth a sailing as we're going to get at this point in the game for no more fighting than we've done. I mean, we've fought back against the Xenon, we fought back against the Syndicate, but that's really it. And of course, the Syndicate is the only real fighting that we've done prolonged for any period of time. So I am very happy right now. I'm going to continue to pump out traders, pump out probably some more miners, and let's get this economy back rolling again, because next time we're together, I want this number to be higher and higher. I want to get back above 300 million, 400 million, and so on as we continue to build our domination here in the X universe.